It's time for Good Game Spawn Point.
If you could be a superhero, what would your power be?
Invisibility.
Flying, Goose.
Well, coming up on the show, it's a superhero battle royale in Marvel Strike Force.
Plus an adventure across the wasteland in Far Lone Sails.
And we take on Dallas from ABC Me in a special multiplayer guest play.
Oh, I've thought of my power. How about the ability to recharge a controller using only the power of your mind?
Yes! I want that one.
Grab your spandex and blast some epic theme music, because it's time to save the world in Marvel Strike Force.
Marvel Strike Force is a turn-based action RPG developed by Fox Next. Ultimus is on the warpath, corrupting heroes and villains from across multiple realities to join his army. With the very fate of the cosmos at stake, it's up to the multiverse's mightiest heroes to stop him.
You are a commander in the Special Tactical Reserve for International Key Emergencies, or Strike. Under the orders of Nick Fury of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's your job to assemble a team of super-powered saviors to take on not only Ultimus, but the corrupted heroes from alternate dimensions, including Black Panther, Star-Lord, and the Hulk.
I guess if you can't join them, beat them up? Characters are divided up into 5 classes: Brawler, Blaster, Controller, Protector, and Support. Early on, you're given at least one of each to lay the foundations for your team. But as you progress and gain more characters, you can customize your squad to suit each fight.
Combat is turn-based, with the fastest characters going first. I like that the order is based on the character's skill, rather than the usual back-and-forth fisticuffs. On more than one occasion, I found myself getting pummeled by 3 or 4 enemy hits in a row, so I was always looking for any advantage that would make my turn count.
But it doesn't feel terribly well balanced at times. Like, you'll get a hit in, and then the enemy will come back at you with 2 of their own. Or they'll dodge, and you'll have wasted a turn. And because dodging is random, it's impossible to predict when it'll happen on either side. Let's get something straight here. When I use a health boost or dodge an attack, that's me being smart. When the enemy does it, that's cheating, and how dare you?
I agree, it can be unfair at times, but it does keep fights challenging, which keeps you motivated to keep playing and leveling up. Training your fighters raises their and your team's power level, which means higher damage attacks and a better chance at victory.
Completing a mission with 3 medals also allows you to go back and auto-win them to farm the rewards. Doing this does cost campaign energy, but I never found myself running short of that. Those rewards also come in handy when outfitting your team with new equipment to boost their stats. You can also earn extra gold and power orbs to spend on in-game items. These can also be purchased with real money, but I never felt like they were a necessity, which I loved.
Indeed. While microtransactions are still present, they serve more as shortcuts, like speeding up item refresh rates in the store, or allowing you to purchase new characters outright.
Aren't you running your games through that new quantum thingamajig, what you call it? You should be done by now. What happens? Do we win?
Unfortunately, my quantum entanglement system was damaged, so I'm forced to grind my way to victory. I will admit it is refreshing to play such a well-animated game the way you squishy mortals do.
Wait, did he just insult us?
I think he did. He is right, though. The animations are stunning, especially for a free-to-play game. Your attacks look and feel powerful, especially when 2 of your squad team up. I really liked watching Luke Cage and Spidey deliver their devastating 1-2 punch combo.
I really liked how unique each character's attacks are too. Not just in a this class has this style of attack kind of way, but in the way that each character's moves feel different. Crossbones gets in close with his piston punch, and you can feel the weight of that metal gauntlet. Whereas Elektra strikes hard and fast with her blades, before disappearing in a puff of smoke. It makes fighting as your favorite comic book legends that much more awesome.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Outside of the story campaigns, there's also special themed events you can take part in to earn different characters and rewards. There's also the Arena, Blitz, and Alliance raids you can join in to test your skills against other players online. As well as something called the Alliance War, but that wasn't available at the time of this review.
They're really planning on sticking with this one, aren't they? Final thoughts?
I'll admit I didn't go into Marvel Strike Force with the highest of hopes. I thought it was going to be just another cash grab. But I'm happy to say I was wrong. Despite my gripes with the difficulty balance, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
Marvel Strike Force really stands out in a free game market, and it's not just because of the brand name. It's well designed, it's engaging, and challenging enough to be fun without forcing you into a microtransaction trap. I had a really good time with this too. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens. My new scootin' baby is driving me crazy. My obsession for good headlines of sweet gaming news. Ah, we're rolling. Welcome to The Scoop. Time to round up some gaming news headlines. First up, Xbox has officially announced a new controller known as the Adaptive Pad. Designed for greater accessibility, the controller features 2 large programmable touchpad-style buttons, plus a number of inputs to allow users to mount and adapt depending on a variety of needs. Xbox worked with charity organisations such as Able Gamers and the Cerebral Palsy Foundation to assist in its development, all with inclusivity in mind, especially for people who may have disabilities. We're not sure of the Australian release details for this as yet, so we'll just have to adapt to playing the waiting game for now. Next up, and Roblox is making moves towards greater internationalisation of the platform, starting with Spanish language support. It includes things for players and developers like moderation, customer support, parental resources, and publishing tools. Olé! Other languages like German, Brazilian, Portuguese, and French are also said to be on the cards in coming months. So potentially good news there for those in French Perth too. And now, what's that sound? It sounds like a leak! In fact, several leaks have been hitting the web, setting the rumour mill grinding and the speculation cogs are turning in the lead up to E3. It's a leakapalooza! For starters, there's a leak suggesting a possible Star Fox racing game is in the works at Retro Studios. Rumour has it the game would be called Star Fox Grand Prix and may take the form of a racing game featuring the Star Fox hero Fox McCloud, along with a story mode and boss battles. Which sounds pretty similar to Diddy Kong Racing. Oh, what's that? Looks like we're gonna need a bigger bucket because more leaks have been sprung. Some of the details of the much anticipated Pokemon RPG for Switch were apparently leaked, adding to the already swirling storm of rumors. And now we've had official confirmation that the titles of 2 new Switch games will be Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. The games will be set in the Kanto region and incorporate elements similar to Pokemon Go and Pokemon Yellow. Due out in November this year, these aren't quite the core RPG that has been talked about, which is now said to be coming in 2019. But something to keep Pokemon fans busy in the meantime. So exciting. And speaking of exciting, it's time for the Extra Scoop. This week, it's a musical mashup that's been making the rounds. Made by music man Grant Woolard, it features 46 themes from well-known Nintendo games. It sure puts the fun in symphony. And if you've found something you think would make a good extra scoop, drop us a line here. Oh no, now I somehow have 46 songs in my head all at once. Ugh. My new scoopin' baby is driving me crazy.
Hi, I'm Dallas. I help host Break the Future on ABC Me, but I'm also a huge gamer. I've been playing ever since Buzz Lightyear on the PlayStation 1. But today, I want to show you my favourite game.
Hey Dallas, welcome to GGSP.
Great to be here, Goose.
Okay, now what have you got for us?
Today, I've got the best game ever, Towerfall Ascension. What it essentially is an arcade game for up to 4 players. You're shooting at each other with arrows, and it's really fun and replayable. My flatmate actually introduced me to this game, and we've been playing it ever since.
Sounds awesome, let's dive in.
Oh, wait, we're gonna need 4 players to play this.
Oh, I have just the thing.
Let's play. So guys, you've got your basic controls. X is to jump, square is to shoot. You start off with 3 arrows, and every time you shoot one, you'll obviously lose one. You've got to collect them, and if you press R2 or R1 to dodge, you can actually catch arrows as they come to you out of the air.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna just do that.
Here we go.
Do it. Where am I? Oh, I'm
Who do I take out first? Oh, no, he's come straight after me. Oh,
Going towards me.
and if you jump on their heads, they die as well?
Yes.
A detail you forgot to mention.
It is a detail I forgot to mention, but if you are out of arrows,
Stomping
you
on
can go
heads.
for the stomp.
I like that every time there's a new round, it's like, oh, there's also this thing I forgot to mention
Yeah.
that can happen in the game.
There's a lot of elements that are happening really quickly.
Oh, whoa. What was
It's dark
that?
now, so if you crouch,
We all hide.
but I think I know where you are.
I was trying to sneak up
He's
on you.
I'm still hiding.
Remember to dodge. So if you feel an arrow coming towards you,
If
instinctively.
I feel an arrow.
So you've got to be watching your character, but what I find works best is if you're keeping a peripheral eye on everything else. I'm not even looking at my character most of the time. I'm just watching my color.
Oh, I got so close while you were talking and distracted. Yes, I got a kill.
I've got wings so I can fly if I'm
Oh,
pressing
no.
X. I've got the high ground.
I'm gonna go pick up some arrows.
Slow motion booster. Here I come. One.
I just fell into the pit.
1, 2.
Double,
I'm
triple wall jump.
panicking.
Oh, dim mad skills.
Up. Oh, nicely done.
Did you get hit by your own arrow?
I did. See, that's also something else you've got to be careful of. Here we go. Another round here.
Oh.
Real quick. Oh, come for me.
Come on,
Maybe
all
it's
right. Do it for us.
Ready?
Oh no! He's out of arrows! He picked him up!
Gotta go. Stop on his head.
Oh, well done.
It's a win for School Point.
Here is the score menu. As we can see, you get a point for each person you knock off in the round.
Got it. Okay, so that's our real goal.
And you can see you guys have shields because I have such a vicious lead, so there's a handicap mode. Oh, well done.
Where's your vicious lead now?
Stop in the head, stop in the head! No!
Come back here.
Oh, take him out!
Yes!
Yeah!
You both took each other out there. I'll put that in slow
that?
motion and save time. All right.
Okay, catching up. We can do this. That's proof. Oh! No!
Someone took out the arrow. That was just. Oh,
Jump back.
this is in. I'm scared. I'm really scared.
Okay. You guys fight it out over there. I'm just gonna hide in the corner.
I can't remember you're trading. Remember you're trading.
Now the walls are coming in as well.
Come on, Goosey.
Oh, that
I've got
is-
wings.
Come on,
You've got wings,
guys.
so if you tap
pick up
X, you'll
that
fly. Yes! Did you see that skill shot? Slow motion. Boom.
Okay, credit where credit's due. That was pretty cool. Oh, go away. Zap.
Oh, it's got stomped.
The panic head stomp.
Fly away, fly away.
Grab the arrow.
Oh!
Look at this skill. It's like
Look at this
flip.
jump.
Dodge right.
Jump over.
Things about dodging. There's still so many points to go. I feel like at this point we would cut to a montage.
Go away, go away.
Whoa, slow mo.
Coming for Goose.
That.
Go away.
Oh no!
Dallas here.
You've got to gang up for me.
I got him!
Well done.
I got him! Oh, what a shot! I don't know if we're going to be able to do that every round and keep. Yes, I got him!
Wow.
Team GGSP.
Coming in
Yes.
inside.
No!
That's it.
Oh, our first guest play, and we were thoroughly beaten, guys. Well done, Dallas.
Thank you. I mean, I do have a bit of experience, but you guys did pretty well.
Yeah, I think we picked it up slowly. I mean, Gem, you had some tactics by the end.
Thank you. Spamming's a tactic.
Yeah,
It worked. Well, you were sacrificing your lives, which I think almost worked. But yeah, I think Dallas had the clear advantage here. But it's a fun game. I can see you playing this for a lot longer as well.
Super replayable.
Yeah, there you go. Well, thank you for coming in, Dallas. I think we need one more rematch, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, and we won't go fair any this time. Gem, before we get stuck into some questions, we actually have a very minor noob accusation that we should probably just get out of the way.
Oh boy, I can't wait to find out who's busted mustard.
You mean busted custard?
Busted mustard custard?
What's mustard custard?
Culinary fusion.
Ugh. Well, anyway, I suppose we better get Darren on the phone just to help adjudicate it. It won't take very long.
Hello, the Honourable Judge Darren speaking.
Oh, hi, Judge Darren. We've just noticed a tiny, pesky little noob accusation we should probably get your opinion on.
Oh, I know, Goose. In fact, I have detected a number of very serious noob accusations. So serious, we'll need to deal with them in Noob Court.
Whoa, what is this place? Darren, is that you? Are you a hologram now?
You look great, Darren. Nice wig.
Order! Order in the Noob Court. The Honourable Judge Darren is presiding. Now, it is time to consider these matters most newbie. First, we have an accusation against you, Goose. It's from the king of the memes. I have a noob accusation against Goose, even if he is the best host. On the 20th of April, he said on our spawn point that the Harry Potter mystery game on mobile would come later. But at the time of this being said, I had it. I was up to the broom lessons. P.S. Darren is programmed to be awesome. P.P.S. Goose is a noob. Thanks. Answer, or your Wi-Fi will be deleted. Well, what say you, Goose?
Well, Judge Darren, no disrespect to His Majesty the King of Memes. But in my defense, Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery was given the official release date of the 25th of April, and I'll admit an early access style playable version of the game did creep into app stores ahead of that without warning, but that really did come out of nowhere. And nevertheless, shouldn't we still consider the launch date to be that of the official release anyway?
I'm considering giving you a yellow card for this one, Goose, as it would have been nice to mention that Spawnlings could download the early access version.
Oh dear, yellow is the colour of custard and mustard.
However, I understand that sometimes these things are unforeseeable and only emerge after Ask SP questions have been answered. And as you say, the official release date was correct, so I am willing to let you off on good behaviour for this charge.
Phew, thank you, Darren. Such a relief.
The next accusation is from Miss Mouse, and it is for Gem.
Oh, what have I done?
Hi, GGSP. Gem is a noob. She said that Slither.io is a snake game. It's actually a worm game. Either give her the noob cup or explain why you shouldn't. Otherwise, my extremely loyal mice will incinerate you all. Miss Mouse, out. How do you plead to Miss Mouse's charge of Newbery, Gem?
Not guilty, Darren.
Not guilty, Your Honour.
Right, not guilty, Your Honour. I maintain that Slither.io is a snake game. Not only is the game's concept based on the game Snake, the official Slither.io social media pages have been known to refer to playing as a snake. And slither is a thing that snakes do. It's a word typically associated with snakes. Why would they call a worm game slither? When you think of worms, you think of wriggling or at the very least wiggling, not slithering.
Quite the compelling case you present, Gem. In my judicious opinion and infinite wisdom, I pronounce this noob accusation dismissed.
Oh wow, I'm glad I managed to wriggle out of that one.
And now I see there is another noob accusation for Goose here from Benno. In fact, a few spawnlings have noticed this one.
No, not another one. I want to go back to the Ask SP desk.
Hi, GGSP. Noob Cup alert. During your review of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Goose said he enjoyed playing the original Donkey Kong Country when it came out 14 years ago. However, the game was released in 1994, which is 24 years ago. I believe he should drink from the Noob Cup. Still a great game, though. This does not look good, Goose. What have you got to say for yourself?
I think I need to speak to my noob lawyer.
Let's review the footage.
Well, Gem, if you can't tell by now, I have a particular soft spot for the Donkey Kong Country series ever since I played the original on Super Nintendo 14 years ago. 14 years ago. 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
Oh dear, this does not look good.
Objection! Judge Darren, my brain must have been tropically frozen or something. This is the work of that blasted Funky Kong. I just know it was Funky Kong, I tell you.
I'm afraid you cannot blame Funky Kong for your being wrong. Video game history timelines are very important. My assessment is that you noobed up the numbers, violating Section 3, Item 4 of Noob Law. The hand. Please bring out the Noob Cup.
No, not the cup. Anything but the cup. Hand, how could you? What do you want from me? Do you want me to say that dogs are better than cats? I'll say it. I won't believe it, but I'll say it. What if I promise to never eat a cheese toastie again? No? Darren, how about a nice system upgrade? Hand, how about a nice pair of gloves? Guys, what about my good gaming record?
Enough bargaining. Judge Darren cannot be bought, Goose, and nor can the hand. Justice must be served. For the heinous noob crime of incorrect video game chronology, I hereby sentence you to drink from the Noob Cup.
Okay, look, I confess. I noobed up big time. But you know what? Who of us out there hasn't? there comes a time in every gamer's life where they must take a deep breath, hold their head up high, and accept responsibility for their Newbery. All right, here we go. Come on, Goosey. You can do this. It's not that bad. Oh, how does this somehow taste worse than it used to?
Oh, I added a few extra ingredients to Mumbot's recipe. A light dusting of poning pepper and a touch of mustard custard essence. Oh, don't worry, you'll be back to your normal newbie self in a few hours. Now, if you spawnlings have a question or a noob accusation, go here. Noob Court adjourned.
Oh, I don't feel well at all.
Is that mustard custard?
In most video games, the enjoyment comes from being in control of what's happening on the screen. Press this, jump over those, watch out for that, higher scores, more levels, quick reactions, stimulus overload. And then a game like Far Lone Sails comes along and, like a breath of fresh air, reminds you that sometimes it's nice to just sit back and enjoy the ride. Far Lone Sails is a side-scrolling adventure about a small, red-hooded figure all alone in a barren, colourless wasteland. After opening on a sombre little scene that sets the tone of the story, you're left with nothing else other than the ability to traverse across the world from left to right, piecing together subtle clues as to who you are and what's happened. And as you scuttle across the bottom of the screen, you're dwarfed by a giant backdrop that paints a picture of this empty world. It's slow going to begin with, and the lack of any narration or cutscenes might put some people off, but it's hard to resist that draw of what might just be around that next corner, or across that corner. Luckily, it's not long before you encounter your main mode of transport, a giant steampunk land yacht. Climbing on board, you're presented with a few switches and buttons that allow you to load fuel, start the engine, and drive the hulking machine off across the dried-up sea. And while you are still simply heading across a 2D plane, there is a wonderful feeling of freedom as you finally set out on your adventure. You will need to constantly be managing the motorized machine by holding down the ignition button, releasing steam as it builds, even stopping to pick up and load fuel found along the way. It's a fun little juggling act, but it does quickly become repetitive. And if it wasn't for the mystery of what lies ahead, mechanically, I would say this is a big problem with the game. However, every so often you'll encounter an obstacle that requires you to hop out and do a small bit of puzzling to continue onwards. They're not overly difficult, and they serve to break up the pace of the journey. And in some cases, you'll gain a much needed upgrade to your land yacht. Like, say, something to ease the pressure of maintaining a steam engine. I don't know, maybe some sails. Suddenly, I was free of the burden of dealing with an engine. Now I could simply drop sails, climb atop my machine, and watch the world roll by, soaking in the vistas as the soundtrack swells. It's all quite breathtaking. These wonderfully idle moments come and go as your adventure continues. Eventually the wind does die down and you're forced to restart the engine. But it's how these two modes of transportation are cleverly used throughout the story to highlight moments of happiness and sadness, light and dark, despair and hope. Other traditional, more gamey elements do eventually make their way into this experience. Like extra add-ons to your vehicle to help with things like picking up fuel, or dealing with the inevitable breakdowns. And the puzzles do increase in difficulty as you encounter more memorable set pieces, but fortunately they never distract you from that main goal of pushing onwards towards an unknown destination. It was this overwhelming sense of curious mystery and fateful exploration that kept me sailing through right to the end. It is worth mentioning that the whole journey only took me around 3 or so hours, which some might consider short, but in my opinion was just right. Similar to titles like Journey and Unravel, this is a beautifully emotive adventure that can be appreciated and enjoyed by almost everyone. And while it can be tricky to turn off that part of your brain that's constantly wanting to interact with everything or expecting something bigger around the next corner, when you finally do, you'll appreciate those quiet moments even more. Sometimes it's nice to just spend time with a game that leaves room to breathe, room to think, and Far Lone Sails is one such game. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
land yacht.
Oh, me too.
Guys, I've actually got a surprise. Today was GGSP's 350th episode.
Oh, happy birthday to us!
Oh, ooh, what a delicious way to celebrate what's on next week's 351st episode. We'll be reviewing Minecraft's update Aquatic, and we'll see what it's like to live life as a dung beetle in Yoku's Island Express. Until next time, what?
It's all right, we saved you a piece. Oh, yum!
Goose out.
Get out! Swim out!
Oh, I almost got it in my beard.
That would be embarrassing.